Hi friends, welcome to my cozy crafty cabin. So today I'm going to cut up this 2x2 cut apart sheet. There's 25 altogether. I'm going to make 25 different cards and we're going to do them in 25 different layouts. So let me show you quickly what I'm going to be using today. I have that 2x2 cut apart sheet and there's 25 cut aparts left. I have these large scraps that I put for my scrap bin, and they're 5.5 inches wide, and I think most of them or all of them were still 12 inches long. So I'm going to be using these to make my card bases since they're already 5.5 inches wide. So I just have to cut them down on the 12-inch side to 8.5 inches, and then I'll have my A2 size card bases. And then I just pulled several other, random size scraps for my scrap bin. So I walk you through a little bit of my process before I start actually putting together each card layout. I started with just cutting down my cut aparts to all the 2x2 sizes, and then I cut down my card bases. So I just had to cut down on the 12-inch side at 8.5 inches, and then I folded those all in half, so I had my card bases ready. And then I like to pair like the cut apart I'm using with the card base, especially when it's like a pattern paper card base, kind of in advance. So I kind of go through and do that, and then I go through and decide what pattern paper and scraps I think I might want to use all together to make my card. So I like to kind of do that in advance, and then I feel like it helps with in case if I kind of did it one at a time without planning that out, sometimes I end up with like papers and cut aparts that I don't really prefer together. So I like to just kind of do that in advance. But I've really much been enjoying, I feel like I've just been like crafting with scraps forever now because I have so many scraps. But I've really enjoyed it. I love piecing together just, papers from different collections and different patterns and colors. And I decided I actually wanted to just start a series. So I'm calling this my Use Your Scraps Crafty series. And I'm going to have a playlist where, it's going to be kind of like just an ongoing series where I want to continue to use my scraps to make cards and different projects. And I'll have everything now in a playlist. So if you want to check out any, scrap related content, I'll have my playlist linked down below, and hopefully you guys will be interested in seeing more of the series where I'm going to craft with scraps. But yeah, after I show you a bit of my process here, I'll start actually assembling each card. I believe that starts right around the 9-minute and 22-second mark. So if you want to skip ahead to that, feel free. And I give you like the measurements that I end up cutting, all of the pieces to. So if you want to use any of these layouts, you have that, and you can follow along. But I thought this would just be a really fun kind of challenge to take this cut apart sheet where I had 25 left and make 25 cards, but make them, where each card is different. So I'm using a different layout, and some of them are similar, but a different layout for each card. So I thought that would just be like a fun challenge. So I hope you enjoy. And I really liked how the cards turned out. Yeah, I'll walk you through and show the measurements that I use for each layout. And then at the end, we'll do a kind of a final flip through of each of the 25 cards. So yeah, per usual, we're going to keep this just a relaxing, cozy kind of video, a craft along with me, and I'll set the rest to music, and I'll see you guys at the end when we flip through all of the cards. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so here are the final 25 cards. I really love how they all turned out, and I love that they're just like, you know, clean and simple scrap cards. So I didn't use any like dies, I didn't even use any stamps. All we used was, you know, the cut aparts and scraps to make these cards. I'm not even using like card bases either, right? Like I use those large scraps to make all the card bases. And then we just layered on, you know, our card layouts and the 2x2 cut aparts. I actually, my go-to for 2x2 size cut aparts is to make mini 3x4 cards. So this is like a different challenge for me to make the regular A2 size cards with the small 2x2 cut apart. And I really love how they turned out. And I loved like the challenge of just making a different layout for each one. It was fun to just kind of be creative and come up with some different, you know, designs. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have a favorite card layout, and stay tuned because I'll be putting out some more just clean and simple, use your scraps, crafty projects out here soon. So yeah, I'll have the playlist created and I'll see you soon. Bye.